Ukraine urges U.S. to stay united as potential Republican win threatens aid. Ukraine's President, Volodymyr Zelensky, has urged the U.S. to stay united in its support amid worries about the consequences of a Republican win in Tuesday's midterm elections. If the U.S. Democrats lose control of the House of Representatives and the Senate, the colossal financial and military support provided to Ukraine under the Democrats could falter. Ahead of Tuesday's results, Zelensky called for U.S. politicians to maintain unwavering unity and follow Ukraine's example until peace is restored. Most Republicans have supported helping Ukraine defend itself against Russia. In fact, Ukraine has been one of the few issues to garner strong cross-party support in recent years. But in the lead-up to the midterm elections, prominent figures within the Republican Party, particularly those in the Donald Trump wing, have put doubts over continuing to fund Ukraine. Right-wing populist Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene told a Trump rally in Iowa last month that not another penny will go to Ukraine if the Republicans win, as U.S. interests should come first. The House Minority Leader, Republican Kevin McCarthy, who could become the next Speaker of the House, said that though Ukraine was important, there would be no blank check if the Republicans controlled Congress. However, other Republicans have criticized the comments. Republican Adam Kinzinger said McCarthy was attempting to appease the far right of the party to be chosen as Speaker. Former Vice President Mike Pence has urged continued support, as has Michael Waltz, a member of the House Armed Services Committee, who emphasized that the majority of Republicans support aid to Ukraine, as well as several key Republican senators, such as Mitch McConnell, the Republican leader in the Senate. The U.S. is by far Ukraine's biggest financial backer. Since the invasion, the U.S. has given Ukraine $18.90 BN pound, 16.3 BN in aid and committed almost twice as much as Ukraine's European allies. Amid reports by The Washington Post that the U.S. has asked Kyiv to signal it is open to negotiations in order to placate allies in parts of Europe, Africa and Latin America worried about a protracted war, Ukraine has doubled down on its terms for peace. Ukraine has said it will only begin negotiations once Russia's troops have left all of Ukraine, including Crimea and parts of eastern Ukraine, that Russia occupied in 2014. Without this, presidential advisor Mikhailo Podolyak told Radio Svoboda on Tuesday, any deal would be a temporary truce that Russia would use to rearm and attempt to occupy Ukraine again. Podolyak asserted in the interview that The Washington Post may be obtaining its information from pro-Russian politicians, describing the reports as part of the information program of the Russian Federation. He later went further, tweeting that the Kremlin was hopelessly clinging to the U.S. midterm elections. They sincerely believe that Ukraine can surrender at the call of the White House and are hopelessly clinging to the election, tweeted Podolyak. For the U.S., Podolyak said, it was extremely beneficial for Ukraine to win the war, firstly because it would signal to other authoritarian leaders that if they attack another country, international law will be upheld, and secondly, because the U.S. and its allies had invested too much to let Russia win. If Ukraine does not win the war, then despite the large and powerful financial, economic, military, and advisory assistance from NATO countries, above all the U.S., Russia won. You understand what will be proven in that case? That Russia's military is much better. Russia really has the second army in the world and Russia can dictate conditions.